What's up, people? People. Welcome to Be Unlimited. January and it's cold outside, people. I'm telling you. Big up all of the people that have to work in the cold. We have to represent, get the job done. Like all when the pipe them bust and them have to fix them things there. Yeah, man. Them people that will make it balance for we. All right, people. So January this year, earlier I'm gonna check my see them. Cause I'm telling you, say it's for we have to plant our own food, no matter how little it is. It's just if I mint or time or whatever, just for getting at the feeling of planting stuff. So every summer I plant tomato on my balcony because I always love planting. I always love just just to see the seed them grow from suckling to produce what they're supposed to produce. Again, as a tropical person, I grew up in Jamaica growing up as a kid. It was just natural for everybody just plant them own food. Me never hear about like supermarket and them things there. Me hear about like market where people bring them food go sell and stuff like that. But me never people raise them own chicken, people raise them own goat. So it's just the ability for hey freedom, we're there. So I talk about planting. So when you're a kid I grew up, everybody it's just natural. Nowadays people say like at least a lime tree people used to have in them yard. Lime, grapefruit. So Sibyl orange them call it. That used to like never really grow in a specific place. But we just grew up in our fruitful environment. We never hear about food crisis and them things there. Right? So we always have the balance of planting and growing our own food. We never rely solely on other people. So me come to Canada now, me always have that spirit of growing. So when them lock down the world and say this and that, me start just plant and ever since me a plant and me a reap and me a eat and me a replant. So one of the program when me create a plant, reap, eat, repeat. So the cycle of the food where you eat, right? Because even all right, me say everything what we do as somebody tell us how to do it. We know and I like so we learn it on our own. What we learn, we don't explore. If we explore what we learn, we'll understand more ourselves. Right? So most of the time when I talk about certain things are because me explore what people talk to me about, right? And sometimes when people repeat the same things, many people repeat the same thing to me. That time I have to look into it and say, okay, everybody has said the same thing. Is there any difference to what them I say? Food crisis can't be possible if there's land, because food grow anyway. Anyway, you put on a plant, because when I got through the 12 colors, one of the things was, can a seed grow on concrete? And many people, them give you many different answers. But the a seed can grow on concrete given the opportunity. And pretty much seed can grow anywhere you have sunlight and it have dirt. So all of them thing here, no problem. What me say? We need good people to gather up for spread the word of what needs to be done instead of saying, okay, this is the problem, so we're just gonna keep on hammering at the problem and not come up with solution. So my seed them on my bag, in my kitchen in a plastic bag. I tie them up. I make sure say them good. I plant extra seed. Sometimes me have so much tomato, right? Just in case, because not every seed I go grow, and not you're not gonna get everything where you plant. Them say where you plant or where you reap. Yes, that's true, but I know everything where you plant, you're gonna reap. So all of them things, I'm say we need to understand what balance is, because you see, if me wait until February, March, April to set the seed them not gonna yield within the time that there is summer. So when we say everything what we do, we have to think about how we plan, how we create our own way of thinking and living. When we say it's just because the people them who is practicing what they're practicing and creating a downfall for our culture per se, right? Because I know everybody represent what a culture is. People just represent themselves and say, yes, me a part of the culture. The culture is uplivity. We're supposed to live better. We're supposed to understand what it is to be better human beings. Because when we grow up, this is what seeds do. Nobody never go out there and say, you know what, me I go do? Me I go plant one plantation or 1 acre of bush or 1 acre of maca. Them plant seeds that are good seeds, and good seeds come from good ideas, good people. If we connect the way we supposed to connect, we wouldn't be talking about the problem all the time, we'll be talking about the solution. Because may I listen to the program I listened to yesterday, and I played part of it. There's so much part to that program that we can chop up and talk on, right? Because when they talk, it's how they talk to each other. They talk with respect. They talk ladylike. Them talk in a sense that they're teaching their daughters how to be ladies, how to have respect. Most of the time, from the young age, it's not taught that way. So when you look upon it and see like 14, 13, 15, those ages in a certain situation or certain condition, if they were taught that those condition is not gonna be beneficial to you in the future, now everything is good. But discipline is what we are supposed to be teaching. And everywhere I look, I hear this word discipline. And that's what we used to be. We used to be disciplined enough to plant food, reap food, eat food, plant again, reap again, watch our animals grow, right? These are things. How is it so? Everything becomes so, it's not important anymore for us to do these things. Why? What I need to understand, because I'm exploring these things. If I'm come up, if I'm looking at solutions to solve the problems, why are the problems created? How are the problems created? I keep on saying we are the ones who need to understand each other, because we don't see each other. We don't speak to each other. We speak above each other. The first thing we do is look at what somebody else is wearing. If they're wearing expensive clothes, you talk to them expensively. If they were wearing cheap clothes, you talk to them cheaply. And this is how we've become a way of not understanding. From the seed that we grow is how we reap. We can't be saying, oh, well, Jesus, give it to Jesus, give it to Jesus. Jesus is giving it back to us, because he gives us a will for us to do certain things. That's what I'm saying. When I come on my platform, when I talk, I am not arguing. I am not creating animosity towards anybody. I want people to understand what it is to be free mind. That's why this month is based on free your mind. Understand what it is you have within yourself, your balance. So enough things, me say, people are not passionate enough about life, but they're passionate about a team. They're passionate about their artists. They're passionate about their their entertainers or whatever it is, but not about life. That's why I keep on saying it. When the machine, you guys, we give enough the machine enough information on us. Meanwhile, the machine is just learning from us. And this is the conversation I had with my nephew. I told you, when I talk to these people, I ask them question. I go, what do you think? Are we advancing Even though technology is advancing around us, technology is advancing, but we're not advancing. We are giving up everything to technology and say, okay, they'll deal with it. They'll deal with it. But I'm saying if we're dealing our problems by boxing up each other, every time you have not a conversation, because a conversation and an argument, I go through that already. There's a big difference. How we speak to each other, the frequency, all of these stuff is so important. But we're having, if we're supposed to talk about any topic, and it comes down to me want to blow up your house or your car or something like that, it's not a conversation because we're not learning from anything. It becomes an argument, and it's never supposed to be an argument when it's a conversation. That's why the big difference is: are you listening to understand? So then, when you speak from a point of understanding. Seeds, the basic seeds. You have to understand a seed. Once you plant it, you have to water it. You can't overwater it. These are all things that you have to understand of one basic seed. Some people say, oh, man, I don't have time to plant. If you have time to take a breath, you have time to do so much other things because it's all moment. And you're creating a moment within that time. So you do have time. Okay, so my friend, he called me about an event that he was planning, right? And he said the whole event is canceled because uh, somebody in the family passed away. So everything had to stop. Everything that was planned before has to be stopped, put on a stop, because that person is not here anymore. And that's the only time anything matters. When we leave, we have big rejoicement when person leave. Is it people are happy when you go type of thing? Because I don't see why people are so happy when you pass. Big celebration. People are supposed to celebrate life, but they celebrate death. These are the things that I look at. These are my understanding. These are my way of opening up my mind and saying, I can have free mind. Yeah, so everybody can show up when it's final. That's what I'm saying. People never show up when you're alive, when you're living. It's like I heard a person said that before. He's saying the same thing. People take off work because somebody passed away. But if you're saying uh, uh, you're having a function and you give them the date and everything, they'll find a way to cancel. So it's always come down to how I see freedom of the mind. Our mind is supposed to be free at all times. It's our duty to have a free mind, because if we have a free mind, then we can set the balance. And setting the balance is always setting the balance for yourself. Just like setting an example. Everybody think you have to run out there and set that example for others. No, you have to set that example for yourself, because you're watching yourself at all times. You're the only person who's always with yourself. So a good person know they're a good person. A bad person know they're a bad person. But do they want to change? That's the thing with a bad person. Does a bad person want to change? No. A bad person want to be a bad person. And then they're going to make excuse, well, this is why I'm bad. And that's the next thing. Every time a person pass off, it doesn't matter how bad they are in life, they're a good person. So all of this comes to the point where we're living and passing off and looking at life just a way. It's not real, because this person was not a good person when he was alive. But you guys are saying he's a good person when he passed off. So I always have to have a free mind. Even though I have a free mind, I cannot have an opinion on everything, because it's not everything that my opinion is need to be said on. If you meet a person who's set in their way and you have your opinion totally different from them, again, you can create an argument by saying your opinion and go against that person, and it's just gonna be because they already have their mind set up on their how they feel about whatever they feel about. That's just how it is. And this is what one of the thing is, I said you have to find like-minded people who are like you. You can't find people who are not like you and say you're gonna make them like you. That's the next thing. That's, again, before I said it, the opposite does not attract. So you can't be trying to, you can educate people on how they can change. Like I said, one of the program that I listen to is producer we on TV. He find the information, analyze the information, break down the information for the people, for them to understand. He keeps on saying, I am not telling you who to vote for. I am educating you on the situation. But people will come in there and say, well, you're this and you're that and you're that and you're this, and not understanding the meaning of the information. So this is why I keep on saying sometimes the people in the comment section, they have issue with themselves. Because if the information is there for you to learn and you choose not to learn, but choose something else to talk about, a topic that has nothing to do with what we're educating you on. Because it comes to a point where we have to take responsibility for ourselves. And taking responsibility is listening and understanding. Many times I listen to these politicians, and when I listen to understand what they mean, it doesn't mean anything for the people. They'll say everything and not include the people. So why are they in that position if they're not in it for the people? So if the people are not listening to understand what the politicians are saying about them or to them, other than saying, well, I'm this color, I'm that color, most of the time I say, I don't like politics. I am not interested in politics. I'm just interested in the jokes. Because it's all a joke if you guys actually look at it. The things you guys are supposed to take seriously, you guys don't. Your neighbors, your community, those are the things you guys are supposed to focus on. Your family, those are the keys to changing everything. And this is why I say it's unity first. Not the people who say one thing and do something different. So every time I come on my channel, it's for me to say something that means something to me. So later on, again, I said I used to document my life long before people had cell phone and everything. I used to have my video camera running around. I'm gonna put a couple of pictures on my YouTube channel where I'm walking around with my video camera. People are like, why are you walking around with a video camera? Because you guys don't see. And it's true. Your vision will never be like anybody else. But you can find people who are like you with your vision. So you can make a change instead of you just trying to make a change by yourself. So when I had my video camera, it's me documenting situation. It wasn't like me erasing anything and re-recording. It was just me going through life, videotaping my life. So when I tell people, why you have a video camera? Because I'm documenting my life. Oh, because nobody can document your life like the way you can document your life. So when I'm going through my boxes of everything that I've been through, all the documentation, all the court cases, I'm gonna go through all of those stuff. I'm just gonna sit down and this is what this year. I'm gonna show you how I apply myself to life. So me creating my own company, create my own sauces, and me wanting like to have so many different variety and everything, all of them things is me documenting, putting things in places. Things was going good until they shut down the world. And then it's so hard to rewind something again. Obviously you can't, but everything changed because now it's like Everything is expensive, money is tight, everything. So it's hard for you to get the traction that you need. And we are the people with the traction, but we don't tractionize each other. Again, all we have to do is just like a program. You don't have to share it to everybody, just share it on your platform. But these things are not done. So who is gonna do it for us when everybody's doing it for themselves? I love the fact that it doesn't take one lifetime to change anything, but putting into a lifetime means something. We are great people, but we don't see greatness in each other. I keep on saying it. I can be great, but the moment you say you're great, I have a problem with that. So when we touch upon music, me I go deep in them part there because none of them have talked about the dancehall king and everything, but that's you know it's not like a one topic thing because it's based on egos and stuff like that too, right? So all of these things we have to look into. Listen, understand, conversation leads to solution. That's us. But if we not conversate in the same frequency language, yesterday when that lady was talking, those African ladies were talking, they were talking in the same frequency. Respect, manners. So any program you click on and you don't hear that, that's not us. If you can listen to a person around everybody, why not? Sometimes people can say words that doesn't agree with everybody. It's because of how they feel. Now, if that's all they say over and over, then it's no good. So the levels and balance what we have, we now utilize it. But slap a package on us and we sell like hot bread. So that's why I say when the Friday the 13th I did that program, right? And then I tell you say on the spot news media come out the very next day and big up the lady that was born on the 13th. And I said, look at that. So every time January 13th roll around, I'm gonna think about that lady because they can attach anything to a date and give it to us for us to be in, right? But we can't attach ourselves to anything to make it us. So it's always separation. And that's why I'm gonna say the balance. We have to find that balance within ourselves. We don't have balance. We don't balance each other, so we don't have balance. People can't get balance out of way, but we don't balance each other. I tell you, because everybody expects somebody else to be white, not understanding that they have to be white. You have to have some white in you to match your bone and your teeth. So your mind must be free. You must have that freedom within yourself. Are the key thing this. That's why I'm saying, me did music and thing, but again, when I was going through the 12 colors, it says patience, discipline. So me happy to talk about the freedom of the mind. Because as much as we say we're free, unless our mind is free, we're not free. How is it that a person can go to prison and set them free? They learn what it is to be free. And they say, wait a minute, in that prison, in lock up. Ah, because him understand say him can put him mind anywhere out time body. But it take being locked up in a little cage for you to understand that. To be patient enough for get doctrine in a jail and, and get all PhD and masters. I'm gonna say, wait a minute. But you have the ability to get it. You had the ability to get it. So just because you got jail and get it, that means something? Huh? Well, when I was on the street, I was never focused on anything. That's how you end up in there in the first place. So it's not like we don't have the ability to be unlimited. We do. But we not balance each other because we not understand what it is to be balanced within ourselves. We're just running at the new year and say, yes, happy new year, blah, 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 and then go back to the same thing. That's why I say, I want to be consistent with every day I come out and I put something on my channel because that's what I used to do before. I'm not going to go into them story that how my life changed in certain ways because they're not supposed to break you inside. Then can break you outside, Broken on your house, take with the money, all of them things there. And I said that too. The reason why them box up people and then take everything is because the weakness is within themselves. Them know say you can't always buy back your car, buy back your house, buy. But them always gonna be lower than themselves. They're always gonna be less than themselves because they could never reach anywhere near that potential that this person is carrying it out. So them are gonna say, okay, then fine, since you can't buy all of them thing back, buy it back in the grave. And then you see them get arrested and you see them look droopy and soppy and broken down. And this is who they really are. But they won't admit that to build themselves up. Them can't find the balance within themselves. So even when we say man, there's males, but they're not man. Like me say, when I grew up, the man them used to be men. You never have to ask, you a man? Them have responsibility. Them just have certain things. That's why I say, look at Burkina Faso. Yesterday, when that lady was talking about when she meet him and how him have time and him not impaired. Don't you understand? That are the details of a man. Those things that just not brush you off, not disrespect you, not look down upon you. Those are the things I'm telling you. It's there. It's within us. Don't tell me, say, oh, them the whole time days. It's all time days because you're not practicing it. We're not practicing being good people. That's why I'm say the people them will like and shout you out pan them not reach out to you in a person because on the internet they'll give you like a $50 or $100 donation. And them will get a big up. And that's it. What may I say? The people, the real people, consistently being real people. Them not get the love and the promotion. I'm gonna tell you, say the good programs I'm gonna watch on YouTube, they don't get a lot of likes, they don't get a lot of thousands of followers because those things people don't promote them. Just like me say, me have the wickedest sauce. Beanie man have the wickedest slam, me have the wickedest sauce. But just because I don't have that promotion, I'm gonna tell you something, investing on my website. Even when I talk about that and bring out the proof. Even when I talk about it, I'm bring out the proof to show you. Say, I invested over and over within myself to get myself up and running so I can be flourishing. Because I tell you, say the greatest thing, is the ability to bring something out of you and bring it forward. You see the miracle of a woman that brings forth a child. That's why I'm say, oh, no can look on King Solomon and say King Solomon was the wisest man. When you want to know the secret of a woman. All of them things I'm gonna tell you, I talk about these things because I question these things. Once you create something and bring it to fruition, but then there's women who does that and then they don't care. The recent story with the 3 kids dying in the fire. I'm telling you, all of these stuff they're going so fast. By next week, that's old story. That's why I said I try to talk about the things that has meaning to us. Yes, I've been to some of those places, many of those places. But again, just because it's me and my website was supposed to be the one to take off, and I invest in the website, but I'm telling you, it's not for me to ever say, well, give up. It's for me to always persevere, just like the little creek that may reach the ocean. Them find a way. All of these stuff, it's possibilities we can make into reality. We can be better people. We can be better people. But I tell you, say, the things that bring us down will never bring us up. We could never take 10 steps backward and say that's success. So next month I'm gonna do like the Martin Luther King and them things, the Marcus Garvey reading, because everybody talk about Marcus Garvey, but nobody like in bring up some. I'm reading them on them platform, read about these stuff, bring out these stuff. You know what I'm saying? Them stuff that's I want to be in that area. I want to be the area where the people can come on and the people can bring out a chapter, bring out a book, bring out a poem, bring out a this, bring out the good in us. Make me draw uno out. I want to draw uno out. I want to draw uno out the way I would want to see you guys. I create uno own poem library, uno own poem, uno come on, and it's gonna be somebody calling and I'm gonna read them poem. And so we get it going. Because me tell you, say, me go up on something and me see all of the women them did it and everybody I gift them just to sit there. Okay, how is that gonna benefit the next generation? I'm just asking. So no can say, oh, leave them alone. I am just asking. So if me can say how we create things to be positive is better than creating things to be negative, I'm done with that. We are great people. We are great people if we want to be great people. The moment we don't want to be great, we just be like everybody else. So me I look upon what's going on around me and saying, what's this? Because you know mean me not good. It doesn't mean any of us any good to be less than ourselves. Because if it's filled with story and we not tell it, we not do nothing, just sitting there doing nothing. You just have to come and just talk about the stuff them that I'm working on, where I'm coming from, where I wanna go, who I wanna be. These are things that other people out there is trying to accomplish, but there's so much detour from where them want to go and no straight road on how to get there. pure foolishness. And it's okay for the people that want the foolishness. But the people that have sense and want sensible thing, I listen to a conversation, and the lady come on the platform and the lady start talk, and the man in the background, the man just start talk and then just talk and then just talk. And the lady just start calmly talk. And eventually, I'm quiet. And she said, I know everybody on the internet not have no sense. So I know all of the content them we create for the people them not have no sense. Them say they're supposed to bring back uh, a subject in a school. We supposed to have a program where run them program there. Right? The people them know about science and technology. Them supposed to come out and say this where educate the people on how to do maths, English. I'm say Jamal class done. So all of the people can create one Jamal class pan this. That's why I'm say next month going on some a book yeah. Assassination of Fred Hampton. I get that book here from one of my nephew them and I tell him some more read couple chapter out of it before me give him back. So them things that me want explore. Me have Twins of Twins, Planet Earth, Volume 1. So when me say sense out there, and if sense out there, we need to bring some sense in here. Tell us that smart people cool. Smart people are the coolest people. Because smart people now if beat pan them chest and show to them smart. Them just go be like car. They go write a book. I may have how much publisher want me to write a book, but everybody me meet, me tell them, oh no go and write in a book. So me can't just agree, say, yo, everything with them say. When me tell you, my brethren write the poem, The Chef and the 12 Colors. At least him listen to me. And him write a poem. When you Google it, The Chef and the 12 Colors, it there. So me can attest to say, say, I him write that. So that's why me always say, on a write on a story. You see? On a write pan white. I want to write pan it, The same time I go through the stuff them, all of the stuff them from I got quote to all of them places. Because I'm telling you, say, I always believe say if you have the skills, you're supposed to earn off of your skills. And anytime I bring them people I got quote, because of my skills, them I try cheat me out of. Now hours when I work, all of them things there. I have all of them things there. So that's why I say I no want 100,000 people because 100,000 people now go understand your story. Them just go come. What me miss? I want go on here so. How this? How you do here so? But me say if the people them come and then listen and they understand where you come from, them can tell it in the way. Then they can go refer to what you say. And that my video camera did for sure say look on this, look on that. Just like how me take them now, so later on, 5 years, 6 years, me can go back and say, all right, which part me did there at this moment, at this time. Because it's hard for you keep track of your life a certain ways. When you move, when you do this, when you do that, this happen, that happen. But me say, Me and one person when me always a write down, write down, write down. Me writing a crab toe writing, but me know it's my own. So when me sit down and talk about them story, okay, so this are the case. I'm gonna tell them the case, so I'm gonna work and this are the situation. Because anywhere we go and we love what we do, we are gonna be good at it. Them have Jamaican in a bank over so in a work in a executive and nobody now profile them people and I say look at this guy and this guy come from no, the people them are promoter, the people them where them are gonna look for tear down later on so them can crush and say you're not supposed to reach certain heights. But remember, it's how you reach the heights. And how you reach up the soil. If you reach up the solid, them can't tear you down. You see, when me did I grow up and me hear them talk about Portia Simpson, she not educated, this, she not that, and all them a talk, them not say she's a lady. First of all, enough of them man them want talk, them not talk like say she's a lady. And the ability for reach where she reach. When me say me listening, and I remember, I told you, this is blue year of we for reflect, not to be blue on ourselves, but to reflect how strong we are, where we come from. So when they talk about Portia this and Portia that, and just to hear the conversation, oh, Portia was so good, oh, Portia this, oh, no, if you understand certain things, the naysayers are people with no identity. The naysayers don't exist, it's just voices. So if we should go call the naysayers on the phone, the naysayers have no phone number, the address, tangible things, things that matter. Us learn and understand who we is. That's why I'm love read books. It no matter what them put in the book. Once I'm writing in the book, it not change. Then can revise it and sell it to you again. But it's written. That's why I say I have to write on my own story. So later on, I can get paid. I tell you, say, if me did have them video different all of it, I don't know how much money I make right now. Because it's documented, it's there, it's my life, places and things that I've been through. Everybody say, oh, you're not rich, you don't have no money. I don't know how much money we lose, how much money that we can't, it's not, okay, how much paychecks so me have in my sitting. One day I just go through all of them. I say, my work, yes, my work. I always have 2 jobs. Always. Because when you want something, you work for it. And anywhere me go, if them pay me $1, I want my dollar. Anywhere me go do the very best job. Continuously. That my mother teach me. You have a problem with them? Go find the next job. Because you can't war with a person in them own house when they make them own rule and invite you in. So most of the time, I have issue with them, I take them to court. And some of them file, I go read out them file. Because I tell you, say, I'm not a person who look problem. I'm a person that creates solutions. And I saw we're supposed to always think. I'm always happy. The moments when I'm sad, they don't last long. Upset, they don't last long. because those are just moments. And you can't have bad memory and moments. So whatever issue issue you have with anybody is for you to work it out. Because there's a solution. And we that in anything and everything. We are the solution, until we become the problem. Nobody never said them are the problem. Me, if me ever thinks I'm the problem, me take on myself. If I think I'm the problem, I take on myself. And then come and say, boy, say, I never you the problem. Also, to find out the problem. So, to find out the problem now. No, me not there. Eh? Because more time, people will blame you for them problem until them realize it, well, I know you. And them still need a solution. Tell you, say, when we were a kid, we used to make gig, we used to make food ties them a home make tie and the bodies tie them. We used to make kites, some of the bodies kite them. Anything we do, man. Genius. Sure. We used to be genius. We still are genius, but we not use that. Nowadays, we are use social media to create enemies amongst each other. That our genius. How if you pick a fight between two Christian? Genius. No. Me no way to start that program. That's not a good idea. I am not giving out a bad idea as a good idea. Okay? I am just saying we have the ability to be great. We need a community. We can't just be great. Because we used to have that. And that the lady say no. So we used to have community. And a community is always respect. Again, I can't wait for them times to come back, Because them say anything in the beginning shall be in the end. So how we have started then. We say, this is how we used to live. This is how we used to get along. This is how we used to solve problem. So then people can say, oh, we not really used to solve problem. So how comes we can't solve problem? Give them things where they can recreate. Things where they can be proud of. Because again, when I hear them say the last generation, okay, so the last generation and the found generation. Because if after story is never been told, you see how most of the things them for me, it's not some confused about them. Me just say, how comes people confused about the things that them say? Because if after story has never been told, why aren't we telling the other half? Because them might tell we say it's never been told. It never say we're not supposed to tell it. It just I say it's time for people to tell it. And of them things I'm gonna tell you, oh, the people them used to be wise. Them used to think beyond today. So over here, so I saw me say, good people will always be good people. So if you don't want to be a good person, that means you want to be a bad person. Since there's only two. And of them things that me grew up understanding. So to them I say, it's a seed that you plant, Because me not see no tomato yet. But me plant, me I take care of my tomato plant them. What me say? Make sure say them warm, make sure say them. Eventually me want to get to a nice little cage me they try build one last year. That didn't work out too good. It didn't work out too good, but just have to say. And the next thing for me with planting is like them said to every action there's a reaction, and it's like for planting indoor, it's if it's not planted in like in a little tent, you gotta fly because it's like that's just nature. So when I do, me put water in the bottle and I spray them. But for me to get what I want, I still have to deal with something, right? That's why I said there's nothing perfect. There's nothing perfect. Even though we are, and people would point out our imperfection because it says nobody's perfect. And once you say that, there's no perfection, right? But if you should do something, right, and they judge you on it, they give you a 10 out of 10. So isn't that perfect? I'm just saying though, man. I'm just saying. So with me planting, that are one of the things them until me can, get a gazebo or whatever them call it. And but me know the end result. I'm gonna get my tomatoes. I'm gonna put them on the balcony and stuff like that. I'm telling you, we have to make an adjustment. In our life, we have to always make an adjustment. We have to make an adjustment, and it doesn't have to be a drastic adjustment where you have to give up your arm or your leg or something like that. It's just adjustment with it how we think. Once you create the balance within yourself, it's how we start thinking, feeling. Because I did want to be consistent this year. I wanna get out of myself of being, because I was in hiding of myself. I know that. And I talk about that. When man get into a rut, them have to get out of it. They have to find a way. Because if a woman try to dig them out of the rut, the woman get caught in the rut and then them become a glitch. I talk about them already. But everything I talk about, I can always go detail in anything and everything I talk about because it's how I always understand what our mind is. It's ours. So we can go in there and explore ourselves whenever we feel. So all of this year, I just want to get myself out of myself, out of that. I did say that before, say, I did I hide for the longest time, and it's time for me to get out of myself. Because you see, once you have something within yourself and it's good enough to share with yourself, it's good enough to share with somebody else. And I better people we are if we strive to be better people. I tell you sometimes, some situation, it's after the situation, I ask a question. Not before, but after. Because it's after you get the answer. That's what I think. Some people them question it. Do it and you will get the answer. Somebody said, my mind tell me if buy the number, when me I buy the number, what kind of number that me never hear that the number before. after, after, you will get the answer. But then question. And then never knows how the winning number. Enough times people say that. My mind tell me. Okay. But the pilot tell you if you fasten your seatbelt and you fasten your seatbelt. The piece of old car broke down, and I tell you, say, one gas, and you put gas in the car. Your mind tell you, and you don't listen to your mind. Who wanna feel listen to make you better on yourself? Because many times we're winners, but we choose not to be winners. Okay, so I ask a question. I've been through this. What's a sin, and what's the difference between a sin and something wrong? Because if it's something wrong, how does it become a sin? And if a sin is a burden and we're walking around with burden every day, how do we free ourselves from the sin that we have, that we don't know about? First thing, free your mind. Plant the seed, take care of the seed. That's your mind. Love yourself a little bit more. Because I never know, say you have to be rich to love yourself. I think say you just naturally love yourself, and then when you get rich, you buy stuff for sure riches. That's what I thought. Maybe I'm wrong, you know what I say? You can't buy stuff to love yourself. And that's part of the thing when I say with December, oh, everybody spend off. Everything with them have to prove how much you love a person in December. When the gift of life is golden, every breath you take is precious. And it's consistent love is better than you December you give me one bag of sitting where you call me a little bit, take time out. Instead of you work all of that money there for buy me all of them present there. Take 1 minute out of the day. Hey, what's up? Alright? And all of them things there, I'm telling you. Because my brother called me today and said, boy, I have to check up on you. And it feels so good because I tell you before, we never really on that balance sense. But again, my sister passed off last year and things changed so much. Yes. That's one of my favorites. Yo, Freedom. Me love your name, I did want to tell you that for a long time, because trust me. You see that name that way you have? That's what I'm all about though, man. Freedom of the mind. Free your mind. Your butt will follow. Wasn't it it was those guys. Escape. I think it was Escape who did it. I'm not sure. Yes, yes, yes. But I'm saying since she passed, it's like I'm telling you, some my brother called me and it was so nice just to hear from him because we never lived like that before. We live a different way. And I can't remember. You better not tell me say I'm on October, because this is your year. I can't remember Blue. I think it's Escape who did it. Free your mind and the rest will follow. And them song that I used to listen to, like at that match I show you. Even I can't even talk about music now because until I said next month is gonna be. But you see, the music before it was to soothe the beast type of thing. But now the music is not based on that anymore because you see, in everything them do them research, them have a laboratory for research this and research that, and we are the guinea pig and then try this and then try that. And how them manipulate it and turn it how them want turn it, and now them turn it in a way say if it's not those old school music, it's not worth it. And the fact that them kids nowadays can sing them song you like no problem like we did, them automatically are put it in their brain without even know what they're putting in their brain. Right? So all of them things are when you look at these things and see the details of our existence, that's that's where you find the freedom. But if you're just searching for it, it's not out there. And that's what we used to have before. Yesterday, I send my nephew one picture. And when the text, let me see. I send him one picture and I tell him, say, because I tell him, say, I always I keep track of everything. I don't know, man. I always, my whole life, I always like a little note here and a little note there. I just always, because it's always important. It's always important for us to know the details. This is what. So I'm asking, where you find this, sir? Jeez. I don't know, so you have to send him some smiley face. Just a reminder, I remember. This is literally me telling you, me keep track of everything, you know. I would go back if I could, simpler times. Yes, that's what I was trying to say. You see, the simpler times we had discipline. We had people around us who had the courage to make the decision to make sure that we're growing the right way. That's why I say I love my mother, I love my mother, I love my mother. And I know like say she beat me and then beat me. Well, I did get beaten a little bit, but that's a different story. But them educate me. They make me wiser in a sense. I want to learn more, understand more. So I read a lot. I read. And if you read, you have to keep details, information at the book, the character, position, where them there, color house, this, that. So reading expand your mind. So you can keep information. Just like the ocean. When I go through the 12 colors, the ocean is like your memory. You can't toss things in your memory and you just go in there and pull out the proper information. Them tell you that. Pick sense out of nonsense. So which part you gonna keep the sense and the nonsense? Now in a different compartment. Look, when I was going through the 12 course, I laugh a lot because you see, when you detoxify your mind from all the information that they burden you down with, that's how you get to free to understand and explore yourself. Other than you're free to think, free to explore your mind. So all of these stuff, it was freedom for me. The first month when I got through the 12 colors, me laugh, me laugh, me laugh. Because the first was look at white. And when you actually look at white, till you say you run outside and you look at white, you see white. White. So first of all, you have to see and understand what white is and isn't. All of them things that is understanding yourself. Because white is in all of us. It doesn't belong to anybody. Nobody can say who won the title. Because you know, so if they could have hold the title, they would have copyrighted it already, right? White? So once you free your mind, I'm gonna say, them tell you about box. Like, how can they tell you about something that doesn't exist? A man make box, you know, and them have to put the box in your mind. They make something. I told you, they can attach a number to a date and make it mean something. Valentine's Day attached to a number. Meanwhile, 28th of every month is just the 28th of every month. Christmas, the same thing. Easter, same thing. Attach it to something and make it mean something when it means nothing. Does it? It only means something to a person who believe in it. So when I tell you, so these are the things where I'm cry about and laugh about, because there's no way I could have a conversation like that with a next person. As a next person asks me, oh, me know this and oh, me know that. I'm saying, wait a minute, you don't know this, you don't know that. So okay, let's learn as we go along. You must always have a free mind. You must always think with a clear thought. And that was the first lesson and the best lesson. We need each other. But some people think, say, we need them more than all them need we. That's not how it works. That's not balance. And anybody would think that way, they could never balance you. Understand? You say a butcher balance a cow? No. A butcher protect a cow so later on he can sell the cow. And if that's how anybody look at anything and say that's balance, that's where you know I think. Because we balance too. Each and every one person balance two person. And everybody and two-person balance that one person. That's a circle. Because okay, there's balance on the left, balance on the right. But obviously there must be balance within you. A balance within you, balance yourself. So when we see certain kids do certain things, it's because they don't have a balance within themselves, because they didn't get a balance outside of themselves. Example, them parents. But them still can't find balance, within a community that has balance, and the parents bad, them still can learn from the community. But you see, if the parents bad and the community bad, it. So these are the things I'm gonna say, and it's over a period of time, finding people who understand what I'm saying to be on the same page. Because there's people out there like me, but these people, they're either introverts, silent listeners. Because I did a silent listener for the longest time. I'm always a silent listener, anyways. I don't like something done. I like to listen and understand without interrupting. Because sometimes it's good to have interaction, but sometimes it's not. Because when them interrupt and them not on the same level, they might take you back on their level, and that's where the confusion is. That's where the rabbit hole comes in. Because enough time, people will take you to the rabbit hole. And what's a rabbit hole? The rabbit hole is you explain something to them, right? And they say, I don't understand. And you explain it to them, and they say, okay, I don't understand that. That's a two-step to the rabbit hole. And I say, I don't understand. And you keep on, look, this is, and they say, I don't understand. I don't understand. So they're dragging you down to the rabbit hole, right? To the point where you say, I give up. Once you reach that point, guess who wins? Because guess where you are? In the rabbit hole. So sometimes it's good to have interaction, but not all the time. Because they're just there to take you off your track. Someone get all of them things that out of my system before. If anything, people can always listen so they can understand. And then they can come ask question. They can comment, them can always do these stuff because before when I had my own camera, those weren't choices. So now I have a little bit more choice. So I can interact with people who are like-minded and people who want have a mind because some people they want to find their way. Checkers. We used to play checkers and then I say, man, before me learn about chess, I didn't even know there was a game called chess. But checkers, me used to play checkers and I used to have more imagination than the board. You know what I'm saying? It's like, uh, and then we met this guy and him introduced me to chess. That's the next story that has to go with that guy. But that guy was an amazing guy still. Him showed me a lot of stuff. Again, the people that are smart enough to educate you, those are the best people because they educate you like you're their own. And that's one of the things I always love about the good restaurants with the good chefs. They always have the time to teach you as long as you're willing to learn. And I'm always hungry to get better. To the point now, trust me, eventually mother like to have my own studio, cooking up delicious. And not just Jamaican food, but many other food. Anyways, this guy who taught me chess. First time I play him, it's like me play, and then beat me. Me have no pieces on the board. Him always win. I'm say, like I was like, how do you do that? And he goes, look, it's not every battle you have to win. That's one of the first thing we learn about chess. It's not every like battle you have to win. It's not every time you face off with a piece on the board you have to take that piece. Because taking that piece, there's all these consequences to everything. That's what I'm gonna tell you. Say, when I was going through reading all of these books, then going through the 12 colors, then learning chess, all of this stuff is like put you at a level that you understand certain things. You can't cast judgment without understanding. And even when you understand, it's not for you to cast judgment. It's for you to create a solution to the problem. So when I learned chess, and it was learning how to work with the pieces on the board, get yourself in position to win the war. And pretty much it's how your mind is supposed to be for you to navigate. We don't do that. We only use force against force. And me learning chess taught me that. Thinking the only problem is only one solution. And that's how we think. And I'm including myself in it too. Because if it's bad, I'm still part of it. And if it's good, I'm still part of it until we make it better. So me just talking about we having balance within ourselves. Somebody's gonna understand that. Who needs to understand that? And again, all of these stuff that I want to get with people. Again, creativity is better than negativity. Because negativity doesn't take anything. Creativity takes you to be creative. Capiche? Capiche? Manners and respect. And that's what I say. That's one of the nicest things anybody can have. Manners and respect. Tell you when the lady talk about Abraham Theodore. It's just him just a talk about somebody who fits the criteria, a perfect criteria of a man. Because again, when we say a man is a man, but a man, any man is not a man. It's either a gentleman or, me or them call a robber a man. He's a robber. Why make you have a title for a robber and give him on a title? Eh? A man, thief. No, he's a thief. It's just a thief. This is why you have the name thief. Just for thief. Gunman. No, no. Him is a murderer. What make you use the name them for the right name them for the right situation? And that's one of the problems. This is why we start analyze words and looking upon words and the meaning and how we use the same words for different things and then put them together and mixing up everything and it doesn't really mean anything. Capiche? I'm just saying. Not playing. Right? So again, it's January. Free your mind. Plant a seed of hope, aspiration, dream, love. Any one of them seed that work, other than greed, hate, envy, and jealousy. Those are not good seeds to plant. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, humans and beings, higher level. And that we are trying to attain, Because me say, how is it we just live, exist, and dead? And butterfly and caterpillar, live, transform, butterfly. So where's our transformation? Eh? Where's our transformation? I'm just asking. So to attain that being level, other than being limited in the human form, that attainment, Mr. We can reach. Right? 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 White? White? Right? People, thank you guys so much for stopping by. Thank you guys for the like, share, and subscribe. All of that good stuff. Until I reach 100,000 and then we remember. No. I am joking, people. Look, as a chef, you have to have a sense of humor. That's number one. You have to be patient. There's so much things as a chef you have to be. And trust me, be unlimited is what I love the most. May I create a logo for Be Unlimited. So eventually all of them things I'm telling you I have so much more creativity when I say because we are man, we just have to focus on the things them that's really important and matter to existence instead of look at the things them that create with downfall, our demise, and I deny the young one them. Those ones who are found, because again, the negative mostly is highlighted. This is why I said the positive need to be increased. Freedom, thank you very much for hanging out with me, silent listener. Thank you very much. Again, we'll see you tomorrow. Same time. Look how long I'm there. Rumba TV, yeah, silent listener. Rumba TV, are you just a step in? How I go on ya? You have to go listen to me in a rerun. How you doing me so bad? Today was a good program. You hear what I'm saying? I know if you listen, you can always play it back. Freedom, my handle on Instagram is Sauceman11. Right, Rumba, you know join me ponting there yet. Pam pam pam. Instagram. I'm Instagram angle that. Sauceman11 on Instagram. I know that Sauceman is 11 on TikTok. I think it's the same thing on Instagram too. Because I tell you so I'm gonna try to be as consistent as possible. Instagram. Oh, the Easy Jerk Roll on Instagram. That's being consistent. Okay, so my Instagram is the Easy Jerk Roll. And Sauceman11 on, well, still it has to do with sauce. That's on Instagram. And on TikTok. And the Easy Jerk Roll on Instagram. People, thank you very much. And I make my day go by nice and fast. Always manners and respect. Always manners and respect.